Hello and welcome back to Blissful Body Journey. I'm Karen Gottlieb and today I'm excited to dive into something truly essential for feeling fabulous, our knees. Do you want to keep your joints open and your knees happy? If so, you're in the right place. In this video, I'll guide you through 5 effective moves that I've specifically designed to maintain healthy knees and keep injuries at bay. As we age, supporting our knee health becomes even more important. These targeted exercises will help strengthen the muscles around your knees, improve flexibility, and enhance overall stability. With each move, you'll not only be proactive in protecting your knees, but also creating a sense of ease and comfort in your body. So let's get started and rejuvenate those joints. Find a comfy spot and let's make our knees happy. Okay, so part of having happy knees is also having happy hips and happy ankles, because there are 2 other joints, right, that lie and the knees lie right in the middle of them, okay? So we can't just address the knee. So we're going to first stretch out our hips a little bit, right, so that we can have some more flexibility in these muscles here, the quads, okay, that hook into our knees. So we're gonna use, you can use a chair or you can just use, if you feel really balanced, you don't need it, that's fine. But I'm gonna use my chair, I'm gonna hold it and just face it here. I'm gonna bring one foot forward here, and then we're gonna bring our hips forward to open up the crease of the hip here, okay? I'm gonna push the top of my foot into the floor and try to scoop my tummy in and up here, right? And just opening up the quad here. Then I'm gonna try to bring my heel to my glutes here a couple times, and I wanna feel like my hamstrings are coming on, right? So what happens a lot is if people bring their heel to their glute, they start doing this, right? That's because our hip flexors are really tight, right? So you wanna try to keep the hip forward and still bring the heel to the glute. You could grab it if you want, and get a little deeper stretch if that works for you. Be careful of your knees. If this hurts, don't do it, or put a lot of padding under your knee. Just pad, pad, pad. Put a big pillow under your knee. There's nothing wrong with that. Good, so we're just opening up the quad here. Another good stretch is turning the toes under, going into a lunge, scoop your tummy in, really tuck, right, to open up that femoral nerve in here. Doing this kind of tuck motion has really helped me. Good too. I think part of my tight hips is just the nerves are also really caught up. So scoop, scoop, scoop. Reach the heel back. Good. Let's do that on the other side, just getting some opening in the quad there. Good. So we're going to bring the hips forward. Good. Then try to bring your heel to the glute a couple times, keeping the crease of this hip open, right? Again, what happens is this, because because our quads are tight, right? So keep the hip forward. Even if you just lift your foot this much, that's fine. You're keeping the hip open. You're successful. Don't worry, you're very successful. Just keep the crease open, right? Good, good. If you feel like it, you can grab the ankle if it's doable for you, but it's not necessary. Keep opening that quad, the crease of the hip there. Good, turn the toes, good. Lift up, scoop the tummy in, right? Tuck it so you can open up here. You can let it go a little bit. Tuck it again. So you can move in and out of it. That's supposed to floss the nerves, right? Think of the hamstring going up to the ceiling. Again, opening up the crease of the hip. Good. And then we'll come down there. Good. Good. And just take a rest there. Good. See how that feels? Just opening up that crease, really important. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to open up your ankles, okay? Ankles get super tight because we stand a lot or whatever we're doing. We're hard on gravity's hard on us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a block here, we're gonna squeeze it so we keep our hips and knees and ankles in a good alignment, okay? So we don't have this kind of stuff or bowing ankles. We're trying to keep everything really in a nice line here. You're gonna squeeze, really squeeze hard like you mean it, okay? Like you're not happy with this block. You wanna leave dents in it, okay? Don't be afraid. Scoop your tummy in and up, like lift, think of vacuuming your abs up here. This is a whole body exercise, really. Push the armpits down, keep the spine really straight. You're gonna push the heels down and lift the toes up. Now you might notice things like your feet doing things like this or that or the other thing. See if you can lift all the toes up and see if you can keep them even as you can. It won't be perfect at first, right? Really squeeze, lower tummy in. Then we're just gonna pulse the toes up, 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 up. Now what you wanna feel is tibialis anterior here, and it hooks into the knee, right? So up and up and up. We wanna turn these muscles on, get them toning, lift the toes, lift the toes. What happens on my right foot a lot is the little toe will drop in, so I really have to squeeze with my inner thigh to bring that toe up. That's what I'm talking about, the inner thighs. We're all connected. Everything's connected to each other, so it's not one thing ever, right? So just lift the toes, keep the stomach in, close the belly button, then we relax the feet on the floor. Now we're going to lift the heels and lower down. So now we're working the calves, right? Keep the squeeze, lift the heels. Think of keeping the toes spread out on the floor, feeling the floor, but not scrunching, right? And then just lifting the heel, lower tummy in and up, right? You could even squeeze something at the ankle if you feel like your ankles are misbehaving too, right? You could just lift and lower, okay? Now what we're gonna do is go a little wider, and we're gonna do internal rotation. Now this is gonna get your vastus medius a little bit more, which is a really important muscle for knee tracking and keeping your knee healthy, right? So it's the innermost thigh muscle of your quad, right? And you're gonna push the heels down, lift the toes up. And then you'll see on this right foot, my little toes like to drop. I have to really focus on the squeeze and the lift of that toe, and then up and up and up. Keep the lower stomach, push the armpits down, press the head to the ceiling. You can work your whole body here, up and up and up, and just breathe in and out. You know, there's no special breathing, but keep breathing, please, right? Up and up and up. I'm just pulsing. Now this is gonna get more of these muscles here, okay? Posterior tibialis, the flexor muscles of your big toe. Good, and then rest your feet, and then we're gonna lift the heels up and then down, right? Up and down. Just keeping the toes on the floor, trying to bulge the arch forward. Keep squeezing, keep using the abs. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna do heels together, toes apart. We don't need a ball or anything like that for this one. So we're gonna lift all the toes up. Now we wanna feel your perineals on the outside. What tends to happen is this with people's feet, and then they try to pulse, but the toes are turning in, and you're not gonna feel the perineals. So how we fix this is kind of spread the toes out. Think of a little chain from the little toe to the outside of the knee, and try to lift the toe up here and spread out the feet so the inside of the foot is long. What happens is we tend to sickle our feet, which means we turn them in kind of like this way. So now we've got to lift the little toe to the outside and find that motion, which can be really hard. But we're trying to find perineals. As long as you can find this muscle here on the outside, you feel that firing, you should see kind of a crease in the side of your leg, and that's your perineals, right? Lower tummy in, you know, shoulders down. You know, try to keep your head up. You can look at it a little bit, you know, like I said, to try to find those muscles, see if you're firing them. Hopefully you can feel it, right? Lift and lift and lift and lift, right? Then what we're gonna do is here, we're gonna lower the feet down, then just the heels. And this time we're keeping the heels together. Don't let them come apart. I'm gonna spread that toe out. There's something, I think I broke that toe at one time or something. Good, that toe doesn't like to spread out on the floor. And then we'll lift and lower and lift and lower. And we're just toning the calves up a little bit. Let's do 4 more. 4, keep the stomach on. 3, shoulders down. 2, press the head to the ceiling. Good, okay. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flex one foot again. We're gonna hold the kneecap here. And then we're just gonna have a windshield wiper type motion with the foot. Now the tricky thing is here, don't let the knee move. You just wanna move the foot. And you might have heard my knee kind of pop. It's like a chiropractic adjustment. It's just releasing gas and just kind of putting my knee in a better position, actually. Sometimes if I feel like my knees aren't doing well in a dance class, I'll sit and do these briefly, and it'll release my knee and I'll go back to dancing and it feels fine. So you're gonna lift, turn in, turn out, you heard it, maybe adjust in there, let some popping going on. Good, again on this one, you can see my little toe really wants to drop. I really have to lift it up. It's because I like to supinate this foot a lot, which means I tend to lean on the outside of it a lot. Pronate is leaning on the inside a lot. Okay, so you might have, most of us have one or the other. Okay, I have one foot that does supination, one foot that does pronation, so that's fun. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to get your VMO to activate. The next thing we wanna learn how to do is really truly activate our quad muscle and pull it off the kneecap, and also feel the vastus medius, and that's again the muscle on the very innermost quad muscle, okay? Very important for knee tracking. So what we're gonna do is stretch the leg, one leg out. We're gonna do one leg at a time here. You're gonna wrap your hand around the knee and then just straighten your leg, press the knee open, and you can see my thigh. You can see how it can contract there, but for the longest time I couldn't get that. I couldn't get the feeling of that lifting off the knee. That's what I mean, where you can just really see the muscle activating, okay? Also, you wanna have one hand on the inside of the thigh so you can feel right in here, it should bulge into your fingers. If you've got your hand on the muscle right above the knee, you wanna feel it, I can feel it bulging into my fingers here. Again, this took me a while to figure out how to activate this. I just didn't have the correct sense of my body or how to turn that on, but you can get it, okay? So you think of a chain from your belly button to your knee, okay? And then you're gonna inhale, exhale, pull your tummy in to lift your leg. And you wanna feel like just the quad is working in here, and that you don't wanna feel like any heavy pinching in the psoas hip area. Because what would happen to me at first is I'd go right into here and it would just burn a little bit. And you wanna feel just this quad working above the knee, maybe in here, maybe in here. You don't wanna feel it deep in the hip. If you're feeling it deep in the hip, you shouldn't sitting this high if you're sitting in a chair. That's why I practice this in the chair. It kind of keeps it out of that groin area, right? But just inhale, exhale, abs, and stretch the leg. Oh, keep the back of the knee open, play with it, find what works for you to get that thigh to lift off the kneecap, right? So I hold the knee, I try to feel the thigh activate before I lift it. I push in a little bit, make sure that I can feel that inner thigh bulging into my fingers here, and then lower down, inhale, and then exhale. Abs, and I just find that quad, trying to hold that leg, just feeling the quad. You can see it's probably starting to tremble there a little bit, and then release it. And then we'll do the other side, right? So inhale, you'll see my leg will just, abs, it just floats up a little bit better. Everybody has one side they prefer, but you want to try to play with it down here first. I'm going to open the back of my knee, right? If you tend to be hyper flexible in your knees, you might have to stop your knee. You might have to not straighten it as much, okay? Just so you know. You just gotta play with your own body here a little bit, but you wanna feel just like you can see that tone here of my knee lifting off the kneecap there, right in here, and pushing in. You wanna feel a little bit of a bulge into your finger on the inside of your knee. Good, and keep the knee right to the ceiling if you can. A lot of times, knees tend to rotate in funny directions. See if you can just bring it right to the ceiling, right? Lower tummy, lengthen it, lift. You can see how it floats up a little bit better on this side. It's not quite as much of a struggle. Lower tummy to lift the leg. So again, you want your legs to be like the rays of sunshine, right, out of the strong core, right? So abs, good, and then activate that thigh, right? And a lot of times I hold the leg, make sure I've got this thigh muscle on, that I can feel it toning into my hand, right? Good, and then again, watch out for where the knee is facing. A lot of times knees love to get out of using their quads, so abs and up. Just one more time. Abs and then up. Just finding how to tone and find your vastus medius there. Okay, so the last thing is we're gonna kind of stir everything, okay? So I like to put my thumbs on the inside and my fingers on the outside, and I really squeeze the muscles over the top of my knee. So I'm kind of giving them a massage. I really like to push my thumb on the inside there. Good, and we're gonna circle the knees, but also you wanna be mindful that we're also gonna be moving the feet. So you see I'm gonna move my knees to the right and see how my right foot's gonna go to the outside and my left foot's gonna go to the inside. So you want the knees and the ankles to follow. Okay, so just so you're mindful that you're not trying to like keep your feet in one place or solid while you do this. And then you're gonna move the knees in a circle. And I'm gonna go forward on the feet and then back on the feet, but they're also going outside, inside, outside, inside, outside, inside. So you can see how I'm moving my feet there. Good, and just make some circles. Really squeeze the knee. Good, feel if you feel any like little, knots in your quads, or as you move the knees around in the circles, you might feel like things moving under your fingers. Just give it a little pressure and then reverse the circles and just spin them around. Good, let's do 2 more. Just inside, outside of the feet. Kind of moves the fascia, I think, too. Good, and then we'll just roll up. Good, see how your knees feel. Happy knees, happy. And we did it. I hope you enjoyed this journey toward happy knees. Remember, taking care of our joints is essential for building strength and flexibility as we grow older. Before you go, let's take a moment to reflect. Let's close our eyes and take a deep, deep breath. Think of your whole body as fluid, flowing, and forgiving. Embracing forgiveness for ourselves and others allows us to let go of past hurts. It doesn't change the pain we've experienced, but it frees us from its grip, so it no longer affects our present or our future. We don't want to hold on to these pains in our joints, and the cycle of hurt can stop with us, so let's not pass it on or continue holding on to that pain so it affects us still. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. You can check out KarenGottliebPilates.com to learn more about my in-studio classes that take place right here in Los Altos, California. Lastly, a large thank you to all of you for your wonderful support in helping my small channel grow. You are truly the bee's knees, and I can't wait to see you in the next session. Until then, protect and maintain your bliss, my friends.